Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to jump into the timeless fable of the monkey and the crocodile. Now, on the surface, it seems like a simple little story, but it actually makes you think about some really tough questions. Questions about friendship, loyalty, and what happens when trust is completely shattered. And that really gets us to the heart of it, right? Does friendship have a price? What do you do when what you want goes head to head with your loyalty to someone you care about? Well, let's dive in and see how this plays out.
All right, so our story kicks off in a deep, dense forest, right next to a wide, flowing river. And it's here that a really sweet and, pretty unlikely friendship starts to take shape.
So, our two main characters are a kind-hearted monkey who lives up in this huge jamun fruit tree, and a very lonely crocodile who spends his days in the river down below. One day, the monkey spots the crocodile, just looking kind of solitary, and decides to reach out. He doesn't just offer him some fruit from the tree, but something way more valuable: friendship. And just like that, it became their thing. Every single day, the monkey would toss down these sweet jamun fruits, and the two of them would just talk for hours on end. And through these simple, daily rituals, a real, genuine friendship was built. But, as we're about to find out, even the strongest bonds can be put to the ultimate test. Okay, this is where the whole vibe of the story is about to take a serious turn, because right here is where the seeds of deceit get planted, setting this wonderful friendship on a collision course with a pretty dark conspiracy. It all starts when the crocodile decides to bring some of those jamuns home to his wife. She takes one bite of this unbelievably sweet fruit, and this really sinister thought just pops into her head. A simple gift of friendship is about to get twisted into this greedy, awful desire. And this, right here, is the turning point of the whole story. And there it is. She doesn't hint at it, she doesn't suggest it, it's just a cold, chilling demand. She gets completely obsessed with this idea that the monkey's heart has to be the sweetest thing in the world, and she decides she has to have it. And this puts the crocodile in a truly impossible spot. I mean, you can just imagine what's going through the crocodile's mind. He is completely torn. On one side, he's got this true friendship built on daily kindness and conversation. And on the other side, he's got his wife's insane demand, this relentless pressure he's facing at home. This isn't just about loyalty. It's the comfort of a friend versus this dark, twisted ultimatum that he just can't seem to shake. So after wrestling with it, the crocodile makes his choice. And it's a terrible one. He gives in. He swims back to the tree and tells his friend this carefully crafted lie, disguising a death sentence as a simple dinner invitation. The trap is officially set. And now we've arrived at the story's climax. The monkey, who has absolutely no idea what's really going on, happily agrees to go. This is that gut-wrenching moment of betrayal where the trap is finally sprung. So picture this. The monkey hops onto the crocodile's back so they can cross the river. They get out into the very middle of it, far from either shore, where the water is deepest. The monkey is completely and totally vulnerable, putting all of his trust in the one friend who is literally carrying him to his death. And right there, maybe he's just overcome with guilt or something, but the crocodile confesses everything. He lays out the horrifying truth. There is no dinner party, no friendly meeting with his wife. It was all a plot to kill him and cut out his heart. The betrayal is now completely out in the open. In a flash, the monkey understands just how bad this is. He's trapped, helpless, on the back of the creature who wants to murder him, with absolutely nowhere to go. His life is hanging by a single, tiny thread. So, now what? I mean, what can you possibly do? Do you panic? Do you beg for your life? Do you try to fight? This is the ultimate test. But this is where that moment of pure terror transforms into a triumph of wits. Because in a real crisis, your sharpest weapon isn't your strength, it's your mind. So instead of panicking, the monkey thinks, and he thinks fast. He comes up with this absolute stroke of genius. He scolds the crocodile, not for the betrayal, but for the bad planning. He claims with total conviction that he left his heart back at the tree for safekeeping. It's a completely ridiculous idea, but he says it like it's the most normal thing in the world. And you know what? The foolish crocodile falls for it, hook, line, and sinker. His greed completely blinds him to how absurd the monkey's story is. He immediately turns around and starts swimming back to the shore, so eager to get his hands on the prize. The second they touch the riverbank, the monkey leaps off his back and scrambles to safety in the highest branches of the jamun tree. And from there, he looks down and just lets him have it, exposing the crocodile's stupidity and ending their friendship for good. Quick thinking won the day.
So, what are we supposed to take away from all this? Let's break down the final lessons on trust and wisdom that this fable is really trying to teach us.
So the lessons here are pretty deep. First, about trust. It's not just about be honest. It's showing us just how fragile trust really is. Once it's broken, it doesn't just end the friendship. It kind of proves it was never really that strong to begin with. And the second lesson is all about survival. When you're backed into a corner, physical strength means nothing. The monkey couldn't fight his way out of this, but he could think his way out. His wisdom was his ultimate weapon. And as for the crocodile, well, he was left with absolutely nothing. He lost his only friend, and all he had to show for it was shame. He traded something priceless, a real connection, for nothing at all. In this whole fable leaves us with one last big question to chew on. The friendship between the monkey and the crocodile was obviously shattered forever. But in our own lives, after a betrayal that deep, can trust ever really be rebuilt? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me for this one.